Got a black man, they're trying to kill him. But we can win it. And you know how we can win it? We can win it when every black man starts showing black boys how beautiful and how honorable black women are. When our boys see us honoring their mothers and their sisters and their aunts and their grandparents, we can turn this overnight. This son got a problem with his mom. He thinks he's going to disrespect his mom. Now, you and his mom not together no more, but you know what? You're going to check him. That is your mother. That is a black woman. If you ever in your life even look like you're going to flinch at that woman again, I will break your backside. Brothers, you got to stop letting your son go all in on his mom because you think that's the way of getting revenge for your own petty situation. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. But on the flip side, ladies, I got to be honest with you too. You cannot keep a black man out of his son's life. Stay with me. Stay with me. You cannot keep a black man out of his son's life, and then when your son get 14 and 15 and start talking to you any kind of way you want to bring the father who you never allowed to be a father to come back and be the disciplinarian. You cannot do that. No black man can police his son without first having a foundation of love and trust. Parents, when you disagree, have that conversation by yourself. Don't let the children ever see you argue. I mean this. You want your child to go up and say, I know my mom and daddy didn't always get along. They didn't stay together. But I never saw him disrespect my mother. I never saw my mother disrespect my father. And also, if the relationship is over and y'all know it's not going to work, have enough respect for the children to have a meeting with them before you move out the house. Come on now. I'm serious. I hate the fact we can lay down to make them, but we can't stand up to race them. We got to stop that. It ain't got to be no long, drawn-out meeting. It's real simple. It's just like this. Princess coming here. Daddy and mommy want to talk to you. You know, me and mommy, we love each other, we care about each other, but we decided that it's not best for us to be together anymore. Sometimes when adults are in love and in a relationship, they can grow apart. It doesn't mean we don't care about each other, it just means we can't live under the same roof anymore. And we want you to know that you're not the reason that we're breaking up. We still love you. You will still see us at the football games, and you'll see us at graduation, and you'll see us at your cheerleading practice. We will always be side by side working for your best interest. Do you have any questions for us?
Thank you.
Give them that much they deserve it. Because I'm getting sick and tired of hearing from black children how they find out that mommy and daddy ain't together no more when they see daddy on Facebook with his new girlfriend. That ain't no way for your kids to find out. Do you know what it's like growing up in a house, seeing your mom and dad together every morning, and then all of a sudden there's a stranger coming out that room? Do you know how traumatizing that can be? ADHD, hell. Most of the time, them kids in school acting like ADHD are only doing it because they're frustrated about things going on at home, and children don't talk about their feelings. They act it out. We got to do a better job raising these babies. What you think is bad luck ain't bad luck. What you think is bad luck ain't bad luck. What you think is bad luck is your ancestors tripping up your life because they don't like the way you live it. A lot of us, we're not cursed by Satan. You are being punished by your ancestors. Their job is to redirect your life path and get you back on focus. Listen. 2015 is ruled by Shango and Oya. Oya rules the marketplace. Do you know what that means? If you're thinking about going into business, now's the time. Oya deals with the ancestors. If you're thinking about starting to build a relationship with your ancestors, now's the time. Shango rules the family. He rules the kingdom. He rules the organization. You was thinking about starting a new organization, a new program in the community? Now's the time. This is the year. This is the year that we begin to change it, y'all. This is the year that black people come up out from under the madness and redirect our path. This is the year we kiss all of our failures goodbye and move on. And black people, listen. One of the biggest things I'm seeing in therapy now is too many of you are holding on to your old mistakes. It is keeping you from moving forward. Stop punishing yourself for making mistakes. We all make the mistakes. Get over them and get on with your life. Stop punishing yourself. Brothers and sisters, I charge everybody in here to focus on that thing in your life that you've been avoiding for the past couple years and end it this year. Whatever it is, issues from your childhood, molestations that was never dealt with, domestic abuses, unforgiveness, issues with your family, issues with friends, face it and crush the demon once and for all. Some of you wanted to open up a business, you ain't done it yet. Some of you supposed to go back to school, you ain't done it yet. Some of you brothers been holding out on your baby mom, you've been saying for years, I think she my wife, and you waiting too long. Make her your wife this year. Do it now. Some of you been promising your kids to spend more time with them. Do it now. There is no tomorrow. You're not promised next week. You're only promised these next couple hours. Make of it what you can. Do it now. Stop procrastinating. Stop being average. Stop settling for less than your best. Don't let white supremacy off the hook. Don't you let white supremacy off the hook. We don't blame the white people living now for slavery because they were not slave masters. But we blame them for the fact that they are the recipients of the benefits of slavery. And they've done nothing to redistribute the wealth. If white folks really want to integrate with black folks, integrate the banks so we own some. If white folks want to integrate with black folks, integrate the airlines so we own some. If black folks want to integrate with white folks, if white folks want to integrate with black folks, redistribute America's wealth so we get our share. That's the only way you make America fair for black folk. We built this. And if you want to treat us fair, you give us a piece of the pie that we made. But to tell us we get none, and to tell us you got to start from where you are, when you have everything and we have nothing, is a setup for failure. People do better when they get better. In conclusion, brothers and sisters, I want to say that it's been an honor to be back here in Houston. I look forward to coming back again and again. This is my second visit, but it won't be my last. And I know I traveled a lot, but I'm going to try to get to you at least twice a year. I got Phoenix next week. And I don't know what's going on in the weather, but it's been cold everywhere. I was in Florida, it was cold in Florida. I said, when I come to Houston, I'm going to get some sun. It's cold here. I hope it ain't cold in Phoenix too. What the heck is going on? Brothers and sisters, when you leave here tonight, you spread the good gospel of the fundraiser for the FDMG Academy and help me get that school because our children deserve it and our children need it. I want to leave you with a quote from my ancestor, Frederick Douglass. And after this quote, I'm going to run on down to the event center. That's where you can meet me at, around the corner to sign the books. And I got DVDs and t-shirts. And we also got the vendors with some very nice stuff. So I want you to show love. My ancestor, Frederick Douglass, said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and deprecate agitation are like men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want the rain but can't stand the thunder or the lightning. They want the ocean, but they scared of the awful roar of its waves. He said the struggle we have might be moral, or it might be physical, or it might be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. He said, for 20 years, I prayed on my knees to God for freedom. But the good Lord gave me no freedom until I got up off my knees and started praying with my feet. He said, if you want respect from white people, stop looking for pity. The man who pities you will never respect you. And the man who respects you has no need for pity. He said, you may not get everything you pay for in this world, but you will certainly pay for everything you get. And these we must pay for with blood, or with blows, or with both, but we must pay. He said, most of all, you remember that power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. The first of my ancestors, stolen from Africa, brought to America was a black man named Bailey, 1701. He was brought to Talbot County, Eastern Shore, Maryland. He married Grandmom Selah. They had a daughter, Grandmom Jenny, in 1745. 1774, Grandmom Jenny had Grandmom Betsy. Grandmom Betsy married a free black man named Isaac. They had 12 children. One daughter was named Harriet, another daughter was named Young Betsy. These two sisters, born into slavery, were raped by the slave master who owned my family, a white man named Aaron Anthony. As a result of the rape, Aunt Harriet gave birth to the greatest black man to ever walk on American soil. His name was Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey. At the age of 20, Uncle Fred ran away from slavery and changed his name from Fred Bailey to Fred Douglass to evade capture under the fugitive slave law. The next year, his aunt, Young Betsy, was raped by the same slave master, giving birth to Frederick's little brother, Stephen Henry Bailey, my great-great-great-great-grandfather. When the Civil War started, Frederick did not fight, but he sent two of his sons, Lewis and Charles. They fought in the Massachusetts 54th Colored Regiment, from where we get the movie Glory. My grandfather, Stephen, he wasn't so lucky to run away from slavery like his brother Fred. He remained a slave until the Civil War started. He married a black woman named Grandma Caroline. Their firstborn son was my great-great-great-grandfather, George Washington Bailey, the first black public school teacher in Maryland after the Civil War was over. When the Civil War ended, Grandpa George married Grandma Annie. They had a daughter named Grandma Caroline. Grandma Caroline moved to Philadelphia. She had Grandma Vivian. Grandma Vivian married a Spanish-speaking Cuban immigrant, Grandpa Cicero. They had Grandma Ida. Grandma Ida married Grandpa James Johnson. And they had Jamal. Jamal married Barbara. And on August the 21st, 1974, the anniversary of the Nat Turner War, the Haitian Revolution, the George Jackson assassination, and the Frederick Douglass Freed Slave Convention, Umar Johnson was born.